Okay, I'm starting Liza at 25 minutes and 14 seconds. So what time would you usually wake up in the morning? Usually get up around 7, 7:30. I would get all the boys dressed and ready and send them out for the day. Make sure they all ate. So they went out and played in the morning? Yes, in the morning they would go out and socialize. For each one of the boys, I would have rows of baskets so I could do their laundry. So at night, they would have to perform duties such as brush their teeth and do their laundry. Is that correct? Yes, at night, they would have to get dressed and do their laundry. I would usually check over their homework and read their stories. And I would make sure they went to church. I was the only one who was really religious, who could check on them. I always make sure the boys would always walk together in a group to go to church. So in the classroom, did they go to class and study each day? Yes, they would study every night and do their homework before they went to bed. And then they would go to sleep, tuck their homework away, and just leave it for the night. They would slide it under the door. Oh, under the door. And then the girls would do their homework and I would go in and check it and write on their papers. I had a big board for them to use so they could see when their work was done. Both the boys and girls would just have simple sentences they needed to write. So you would grade the papers for them at night and then give them back the homework? No, I didn't grade them. But I would make sure everything is all together and ask them where their homework was. Sometimes they would explain why they weren't able to do it, but that would be something we would do every day. And then I would put them in the basket, put all their papers together. And when they would go off to school, I would go through the house and get the piles of their things and sort them out together. And I would look over them while I was taking the train to the school. Right. And I was able to remember each one of the boys' names and their list of their belongings. Oh, really? So I would go to their house and make sure everything's together. Some of the external issues I was having is I was definitely not understanding, saw a lot of confusion on what the sign were if we were discussing paper or homework, or if we were discussing the laundry, a lot of confusion on what some of her signs were, the order of what she was actually talking about. I had a hard time picking up details because I was still trying to understand the concept of what she was even starting to talk about. Some of the internal struggles I had was I noticed that I was not getting the information. A few times I did just get completely quiet and panicked. So I decided for an exercise to go ahead and produce what I did hear and try to put them into sentences as best as I could. I made sure that I projected my voice. That's something I've definitely been working on. And those were some of the internal and external. Went a little over my 5 minutes. Sorry about that.